What was that? Like, honestly, I don't even care if the Mariners won. The issue I had with this, I'm just going to go right off the bat. But before I do, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell, as I am looking to be a little bit more consistent about Mariners updates. So they had a 7-0 lead. Not that I was that confident that they were going to sustain that lead anyway, but when you have a 7-0 lead, you would think that you're going to be able to at least hold it in some fashion, especially against the team that has already lost 80 games and are in the same league with the Oakland A's. The only thing relevant about the Royals right now is that one of their stars is still there, Sandoval. Please correct me if I'm wrong if I didn't say his name right. But he's like the only relevant player on the Royals right now. And the Mariners gave up 5 runs with that grand slam home run. And yes, I know the umpire made BS calls once again. I don't care. How much longer can you fans blame the umpire for these Mariners problems? You just can't. I'm just not someone that likes to make excuses. I just go with it. Sometimes you just got to go around the bad calls. Yes, bad calls are part of the game, but you just got to just suck it up and not pull this victim card for the team. Plus, it's pretty patronizing. So it was like 7-5, but then luckily Teoscar Hernandez drove in a run to make it 8-5. And then you had the 9th inning, and it looked like the bullpen had it all together, except I heard that I didn't watch the game. I was at work. Hashtag don't quit your day job when creating content. But Andres Munoz, he was somehow allowed to pitch 2 innings, which made no sense because if you're going to make him the closer, just have him pitch 1 inning. And personally, I still don't think he's closer material. He's middle reliever at best. But I'm going to say this. Mariners need a closer after the season. Absolutely. But then you had Andres Munoz giving up 3 runs to tie the game. 3 runs to tie the game. And he was on 2 strikes and 2 outs several times, and he somehow messed it up. But, wow. And I was thinking, yeah, Munoz is not a closer. And this is where I'm saying the Paul Sewald trade was going to catch up. And it looks like it has been for the last 4 games since the bullpen has just been atrocious in those last 4 games. You had Saturday where Munoz melted down in extra innings. You also had the 9th inning where Thornton melted down. Then yesterday, you had Matt Brash blowing the save. And then you got Munoz blowing the save today. Did management and the fans and the media not really... They really did undermine this trade, did they? The Paul Sewald trade. Yeah, they were desperate for some more bats and they wanted to get it on the cheap in some way. Well, giving up Paul Sewald was quite a bit. But here's the thing. You can have as much offense as you want. You can have as much as you want on the offense. But if you don't have the bullpen depth, your offense doesn't matter. And everyone complains about how bad this Mariners offense is. Well, here's the thing. They're not as bad as you're making it out to me. This isn't 2010 where they were the bottom of the league. They're still middle of the pack at least. And I've noticed that whenever the Mariners jump out to these big leads, especially the one against Chicago back in April, they just blow it immediately. So it's not like the pitching is doing much justice. Maybe they complain. We all complain about, let's give the pitching run support. Let's give the pitching run support. And as soon as they get run support, they completely abuse it. And I will also say that this is also, I know I said it so many times, this is on Scott Servais. He doesn't know how to manage his bullpen. He doesn't discipline his team. He's just too busy connecting with the fans and the players and arguing with the umpire when there's no point of arguing with umpires anymore. You're not going to get him to change the call, and it's not going to really motivate your team that much anyway. It's just, I would be more inspired if I had a manager. If I was complaining about the umpire, I'd rather have the manager just remind the players to just let it go. Just play with the no room with error mentality and just move on. But it doesn't seem like he really does that. I remember there was a time where Scott Service was trying to calm down Julio, but the way he did it, he was like doing it so laid back that Eugenio Suarez took over, and this was in the Angels series. But I mean, that's really all I can say. But other than the impressive offense that's been going on, and they haven't been that bad as people are making out to be. Like, they have been one of the top teams in the offensive end since July, early July. But that bullpen is a real cause for concern. Like, even if they make the playoffs, I don't see a World Series potential out of this team because they just don't have the killer instinct to just close these games. And it's been relevant and it's been trending for the last 4 games. And it was against the Kansas City Royals, out of all teams. If it was against like Houston or even the Blue Jays or like anyone else that had the word contention in it, it's a little bit more understandable. But when you've got the Royals out of all teams that you're struggling with, that is a huge cause for concern, and that is where the coaching is the concern. But those are all my quick thoughts. I thought I'd just let that out of my system. This is like my new way of venting. But thank you for watching this video. And if you did get to the end of this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification, and have a good night, and go Mariners.